When Jamaica voted. Hi, I'm Debbie. Decision made, but the result was close. It's Andrew again for a record equaling third straight term. In another low turnout general election, ER on the road as Jamaicans went to the polls.
Anxiety, keep on trying me. I feel it quietly.
What a day! Nail-biting finish as Andrew pips Mark at the polls. The PM at one point behind in his own St. Andrew West Central seat, but still keeping a rejuvenated PNP on the Golding at bay and shrugging off allegations around where the millions in his bank accounts came from to steer the ruling JLP to a third straight term, with just under 40% of the electorate bothering to show up at polling stations. But Labourites and comrades only counting seats, and 5 was enough, or by just over 10,000 votes nationally. Could have been just another Wednesday, except for generally empty streets. Most votes cast early, a bit of green here and orange there. But most Jamaicans just getting on with it, and party people still getting stuff off their chests. You don't believe in the 2 taxi?
Space taxi. Crawford, my name. Space taxi.
What you doing, Cayman?
Well, you know, say I work in the construction company in Cayman.
But there's lots of construction going on in Jamaica too.
But basically, the money don't make no sense.
See it there? Third term loading. I'm a father, you know? I'm 84 years old and I'm saying Africa because the name of the country got that.
A somewhat subdued Andrew Holness passing through at a polling station in his own constituency.
Listen, elections are obviously decided on election day. But in a sense, elections are decided for many long before. Many people would have made up their minds long before. So it's a very small majority who are undecided on their way to the ballot.
In a new JLP term, what's going to be different in terms of changing public perception of the JLP and your personal finances?
The Jamaica Labour Party has gone through a massive transformation. Is probably now seen as kind of the natural political party of Jamaica, far more organized and certainly far better at government than the PNP. In terms of myself, I think going through this election where all my personal matters were put to the public, I think the public, upon reflection, will say, I am the most transparent Prime Minister. They know more about me than any other Prime Minister in history. And I think at the end of the day, they realize that I am for Jamaica and I can be trusted for Jamaica.
Rose, Prime Minister is about to drive off and go out on the road now. You have a message for him?
I blow down for you, we say, and if I even 2 seat or 1 seat, we are win the election tonight.
We have to open back Jamal, cause PNP, them 2 done.
We never give up, dog, we never stop trying. Have to get up, dog, no wait one time.
Then we caught up with Mark doing the rounds in central Kingston. Once a safe bet for the comrades, but on Wednesday, a return to the fold far from certain. Andrew Holness just told me that he's going to be judged as the most transparent Prime Minister in Jamaica.
Well, if you listen to Andrew Holness, you don't have much sense.
Quickly, I know you have things to do, but in your bones, it's election day. You feel that you're going to be the next Prime Minister of Jamaica?
Yeah, I do. Just based on what I've felt, seen, heard from the people all over Jamaica. And it's just been getting stronger and stronger.
One last thing. Under a new PNP administration, would you get rid of some of those tainted PNP members, tainted by corruption PNP members? Would you eliminate them from the party and completely chart a new course in Jamaica?
I've made it very clear to all of our people that no hanky-panky will be tolerated. I'll have a zero-tolerance approach to violations of public trust. All of them have signed the Integrity Commission's Leadership Code of Conduct. And so I feel that we have set the stage for high expectations around that issue, and I know the public wants me to keep to that and to stick to that, and I intend to do so.
So you're looking forward to celebrating later?
Absolutely.
Ready, we're
Kingston, a study in contrasts. Leafy, pleasant suburbs for the better off, and concrete jungles housing the poor, where political fervor really resides.
It's like Alabama and the 40 Thieves.
One side of Mountain View teeming with laborites.
Prime so 1 p.m. We're done from 12:59.
Over on the other side in Nannyville, the comrades already celebrating. Down to the dog PNP. But there's a green incursion, and the oranges aren't happy.
The laborites are some bully. They came from the bottom of the gates and came to Ashley Center to barricade us, to invade us, but we wasn't taking it. They have to reverse both ways. Back, forth, where they're coming from, and the other way where they're coming from. They are bully.
No biggie, really. Just friendly rivalry with some nervous moments. And the cops were quick to send the green guys packing. Overcast skies suddenly opening up in the early afternoon. Not that there were lines at polling stations anyway. In JLP eyes, a shower moment. In Gordontown, the comrades are grooving to Blood and Fire. As campaign tracks go, this one's a winner, but the other side's got Juliet. At 3 o'clock today, voter turnout was around 30.4%. That's low, not looking so good for the PNP.
Well, let us not call it yet until the fat lady sings, and that's when all the ballots have been counted.
The PNP comes out, the JLP comes out, some refuse to come. We can force them. We can only ask them.
We know about Andrew Holness' reputation, but my goal and coming clean. Please, please, Jamaica. PNP.
In the end, party vibes not counting for as much as they might have hoped when the votes were finally tallied. Frustration over the long wait to cast votes a recurring theme. But the much vaunted PNP river, if not dried up, failed to come down. The vote count up on the last one to around 39.5%. But most of the electorate turned off of politics. And that's on both parties.
I think it's my duty as a believer in democracy to acknowledge and concede the result and to congratulate our opponents, the Jamaica Labour Party, for their victory tonight.
Mark Golding with a gracious concession speech, but his immediate political future unclear. Would you welcome Lisa Hanna back as PNP leader?
Well, sure.
Nothing sure for now, except Andrew Holness about to match PJ Patterson with 3 straight terms as Prime Minister. His hand still viewed as safer to steer the economy. And the opposition still saddled with mistrust over its past performance in power.
You know, Jamaica is gaining momentum. And I think any change now would disrupt the momentum and put us in a place of uncertainty.
Glee at JLP HQ as Labourites rang in another term.
We won. A win is a win, and it's a good win.
Hugs from team. Thanks to family, the General Secretary, and most of all to the voters returning him to Jamaica House after what he called the toughest battle.
This government, in our 3rd term, must be laser focused on ensuring that there is prosperity for all Jamaicans. We commit to being a responsible, caring, and fair government.
And with many expensive promises made during the campaign to smooth the way, can he keep them all?
Loving every single feel. Whoever me meet, gotta keep it real.